almost die in a car accident, fucking, or at least I almost die in a car accident because my fucking head went up against the fucking roof, and fucking thank God I have a fucking flexible fucking personality. Psst. Didn't even fucking try to sue. Even though they were totally, I was like, don't do this, and then fucking bam, there goes the car, fucking boom, there goes my neck almost. Wow. On the way to Mike Longboat's funeral. Wow. Wow. You know what's funny is that freaking one of the last times I hung out with that kid John, which I don't remember, it was just from two apartments away. I forget what his fucking name was. But you know, it's funny, it's like one of the girls that he was hanging out with one day, and I'm like, where the fuck have I seen this girl? Have I seen this girl before? You know, she looked a lot like the fucking girl that was fucking in my house when it came to Danny Flynn coming through my front door, and she also looked like the same fucking girl that I seen around about the time that I bumped into Danny Flynn right before going down to fucking seeing my friend in Alabama, where I bumped into fucking Dylan Roof. You know, it's really funny because that girl, and then it's also funny that that's the girl that fucking introduced herself to me on fucking in the fucking place where they first tried to set me up using my fucking using Charlie as fucking the guy that was the fucking person at first, and then fucking, you know, blah 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 leading up to the fucking, and then, you know, that whole thing. That was also the girl that introduced herself to me a long time ago, or at least looked like it. That introduced herself to me on the front lawn of my friend's house in Ronkonkoma all those years ago, right before they set me up, tried to set me up, using my own little daughter as bait. Wow. As Rihanna. My old friend Riri. Wow. Wow. Now, I don't know if it was the same girl. And it definitely wasn't the girl that was on that train that day. Going down to my friend's house. Where I'd eventually bump into fucking Dylan Roof in a bar. Like 3 months before, or two or 3 months before he actually became Dylan Roof. Wow. There's a girl. She's coming to your house. She's gonna involve you. And she's fucking. You gotta tell her. From me. Wow, man. And by the way, obviously that girl was somewhat black in skin tone. Light black, light skin black, like Rihanna. She had puffy fucking hair. Like, I've seen Rihanna have that hair, but it's like not like whatever. Okay. Blonde. Dyed blonde, obviously, you know? Curly. Frizzy. All those different fucking time zones, like, separated by fucking a lot. Pretty much. You know? People that fucking... That's why it's like people that fucking... Wow. I didn't even remember you, Ray. I didn't even remember... Like, I remembered you. I just didn't, like... what the fuck, you know? I always remembered every fucking friend that I spent time with, that I cared about. And obviously now it's like even people that I didn't even fucking, now it's like, oh, that's fucking, yep. Forget this shit. So like I said, it was to stick to the fucking biggest parts, and then right, it's everything's about that's what I'm saying. It's like right when I was explaining everything calmly and I was thinking out things and blah blah blah. So I didn't say the wrong thing. That's exactly the same thing that started going down, like the fucking credit card going missing and the address getting changed, and then this happened again, and then the rent letters again, and then this, and then that, and then this. And meanwhile, the rent was being fucking paid, so why the fuck was I receiving letters saying the rent wasn't fucking paid at the time? And I'm sitting there like, oh, now I'm just tired, and then fucking all of that, and then leading up to 2019, and then I'm just like, wow, man, I'm like, now they shut my fucking hot water off, these fucking scumbags, fuck them and their rent. And you know something, and that's the whole point. It's like, you know something, after all of that, it's like, wow, it's like, you know what, fucking, and then I go down to fucking Florida, and then yes, I'm going down, I know I'm going down to possibly see my mom one last time, for one last Christmas. And then I bump into Pop Smoke, and then the next day I go to jail, and then fucking all of a sudden, 2 months down the road of that fucking trail, fucking Pop Smoke is getting popped over in fucking California. Fucking meanwhile, I'm being fucking sentenced to another couple of fucking months in fucking jail. Meanwhile, wow. Meanwhile, COVID is breaking out everywhere. Meanwhile, the Gomez is fucking moving in on the fucking Ari. Are you fucking kidding? Wow, man. I can't even, wow. I don't even want to get into the fucking whole Blake Shelton fucking shit where fucking wow, I already said the fucking feud, because this is all little bullshit. It's not little bullshit. That's why this whole fucking thing is, but it's the fucking, it's the nobody wants to fucking, that's what I'm saying. This whole thing is just fucking, it's just fucking like, what the fuck? So that's it. So that's the end of these videos. An hour and 47 minutes. Because that's what I'm saying. It's like to explain all this shit and fucking, it's like I can't be fucking distracted because it's insane. Most of this shit is fucking absolutely insane to begin with, and then on top, when I say insane, I mean really it actually took place, but it's just absolutely insane. I was at the point before I got distracted. I think I was at the point where I was saying, it's like Ray starts bringing up my fucking elementary school jacket. I think he's talking about another jacket that went missing. And it's funny because at that point I'm starting to remember this jacket, and fucking I'm not even realizing I'm sitting in this fucking van. And how the fuck does Ray have this van? That wasn't even a part of, actually, that's not what I was thinking why I was talking to Ray. That was after. Once I realized that Ray was working on the Tupac case, and once I realized that fucking, that was all fucking, and I was so fucking pissed. And then all of a sudden, right as I'm about to call fucking Ray, guess what? Mac Miller dies on, guess what? The same day Tupac died. Got shot. Tupac didn't die until the 13th. I find that really funny because fucking, you know something? September 11th, my mother passes away on the 12th, and Tupac died on the 13th of September. Obviously different years. But let's not forget about Gerald Schur passing away right before my mom. Gerald Schur, the person who started WITSEC. The person who also didn't fucking exactly understand that I was being poisoned, but nobody knew from fucking what. Well, he at least was brought to observe that I was being fucking drugged and poisoned. Around the same time that I bumped back into fucking Paul Flores in Ronkonkoma, right before Mike fucking Longboat passed away. Wow, man. Wow, man. Wow, man. Wow, man. Wow, man. And then there's Junior. There's Junior McLaughlin. He passed away. He was trying to tell me some shit that was important. I don't even know what the fuck to make of that. That's why it's fucking crazy. This is fucking crazy. This is fucking crazy. And it's all the little details, like the Sea Org. It's like Violet. That was Violet, wasn't it? That was the boy, right? On the Sea Org that time. Wow. 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 Whoa, when did I also bump into Violet? Violet was also in that fucking, when I signed that first contract a second time. Right? Am I wrong? And I could bring up the other names too. At least some of them right now. That's why I find it interesting about the whole freaking, I find it a little interesting about the whole, Selena Quintanilla incident. Wow. So, yep, that's how, you know what, I don't even want to talk anymore. So, Rayvon passed away. I couldn't get in touch with freaking, yeah. So they basically take out the two people that I'm communicating with the most. I'm communicating with Donnie 2 weeks before the fucking even after the Dylan Roof thing. I was fucking going off on him about that. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, don't you understand that was him? 2 weeks before the XXX Tentacion kid goes, I lose touch with Donnie. And then 2-3 months later, I lose Rayvon. It's interesting to see that there's been other rappers who have passed away that the only one I had and that was prior, that was something that was being shown to me, you know, obviously. Way before it could have even been possible that it would have been happening. So then it doesn't matter. It starts to make me wonder, and then I'm saying to myself, oh yeah, that's right. I remember that encounter with the freaking... So then one of the people that are freaking doing this through a relay, because when I go to look up that person, I can't find any information on that person. Which all goes back to the fucking second time I signed that fucking first contract. Wow. 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 Wow, man. Wow, man. Yeah, anything else important? Wow, man. Wow, man. You know what? You know, that's the freaking that. That's fucking that, man.